I've consulted with over 100 plus entrepreneurs that have read some lead book and think that leads are all there is to business. However, in reality, leads are the number one thing that keep them broke. In this video, I'll explain to you exactly why that is. First core principle that you need to understand is the input versus output principle. Okay. Now, the thing that most entrepreneurs that are just focusing on leads don't understand is that they're focused on getting rich, right? But the thing is, getting rich is an output. It's an outcome, okay? What is getting rich an outcome of? Getting rich is actually an outcome of getting better, okay? And this is the thing that most entrepreneurs are trying to avoid. They're actually trying to avoid getting better. And this is a mistake that is so critically fundamental, but ironically, entrepreneurs that are later on in the stage of business still make this mistake time and time again. Are you going to commit to getting rich, or are you going to commit to doing outreach to a certain amount of people for a certain amount of time? Obviously, you're going to commit to doing outreach. Why? Because it's a specific input. When you commit to an input, you can control what you're doing, okay? So there's control when there's an input. However, when you commit to an outcome or an output, there's absolutely no control. You miss out on the control. Yet, even after understanding this, entrepreneurs still focus on getting rich instead of getting better. And it is this hyper fixation on getting rich that creates this obsession with leads. I want to create leads. Why are you creating leads? I want you to ask yourself a fundamental question. Obviously, it's to get richer, right? It's to make more revenue, make more profit with your business, so on and so forth. Okay. But the thing is this, right? The reason why you're actually having to get those leads is because your business is this right here. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, you already know, I am Pablo Picasso. I've just drawn a bucket. Okay, I know it looks like a shopping bag, but this is actually a bucket, okay? If some of you guys are not acclimatized to my artistic expression, I'll just write bucket on here. You guys have a leaky bucket, okay? Otherwise, this bucket would be fueled by what? Number one, recurring or reoccurring revenue. Okay. If you had one of these two things, you wouldn't have to get leads every single month, but you start at zero every single time because you're not good enough. You're focused on getting rich. You've created this fixation on leads. You keep spending money. You keep acquiring new clients, but you can't either keep them or you can't get them to buy again. And because of this, every single time you have this bucket filled up, every single month, you have to do outreach because it keeps leaking out of the bottom. So the thing is this, right? This is, again, as it boils down to in most instances, obviously it's a focus problem. Small business owners are focused on the wrong thing, okay? What is the wrong thing that they're focused on? They're focused on selling more units. But in reality, they're meant to be focused on the real issue at hand, which, as I mentioned before, is the leaky bucket that they have for a business. And this is actually a very popular saying by a business mogul. I forgot his name, but he said, you don't, and bear with me, I'm going to write this out because this is important. And I want you to write this down if you're taking notes. You don't want to be in the selling business. Why do you not want to be in the selling business? Because people that need to sell are essentially glorified marketers. If you sell and you cannot keep your customers, you don't have a business. You have a marketing agency that's selling shit, that's selling crap because nobody buys again. This fundamentally is a flawed business model. This is a flawed business model because there's literally no leverage. What did we talk about in our previous videos? For those of you that are here, business is an exponential game, okay? Business is not something that functions linearly. Because it's exponential, essentially you need to have some sort of leverage vehicle. A leverage vehicle is something that compounds over time. This is what a compounding graph. If you've ever seen a compound interest calculator, if you've ever seen anything with this graph, this is the power of compounding. Warren Buffett, all these big people understand that compounding is the greatest force in all of business, all of investing, probably in the entire fucking world. The biggest compounding vehicle or the biggest leverage vehicle for most businesses is supposed to be the customer base. Okay, it's supposed to be the lifetime value of their customers. However, the thing is, they're not able to increase the lifetime value of their customers because they simply suck. So it doesn't matter how many leads they're getting because they have to restart the graph over and over again. This is month 1. then this is month 2, then this is month 3. All they can really do to make more money is scale their ad spend. And if you're always relying on scaling your ad revenue, scaling how much money you spend on setters, on outreach to grow your business has a fundamental model flaw, okay? This is how the cycle goes, okay? First thing that you do is you market, okay? That's step number 1. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Then you sell. Then you deliver, okay? Right now it's sounding like a pretty normal business, okay? And then you repeat. This is the problem. Your delivery is the weak link. Because your delivery sucks, you have to market again and again. And I'm not telling people that have exceptional delivery to stop marketing. I'm just saying that if your product was actually exceptional, if you actually delivered results, if you didn't have to make bullshit conditional guarantees where you say, oh, I'm going to do this or you don't pay, or I'm going to actually get you this many clients, or I'll give you this much money. If you actually had a real fucking guarantee that didn't have all of these stipulations, if you actually truly reversed the risk for your clients, if you truly had a good outcome as a result of your product or service, this delivery issue would be fixed, and then your clients would buy again, and then they would refer other people. But the thing is this, right? If you want to succeed in this model right here, you need to learn a few things. You need to learn how to work with affiliates. Okay, you need to learn how to work with SEO. You need to learn how to create content. And by the way, you need to learn a lot of these things anyways. But the thing is, when you're purely in a marketing first business, this is the problem. This is the issue. You got to master paid ads. You got to run those bitches again and again and again. Emails, outbound sales, cold calling, all this bullshit is what you have to master again and again and again. But even though you master these repeatedly, every single month, you start all over again. Every month you have starts literally at 0. This is the problem. So the question is, how do you fix the leaky bucket? Okay, this little shopping bag for a bucket here that we made before that's leaking out all this water. How do you fix it? The answer is you stop focusing on leads. And I understand this. There's a thing in business. There's a phenomenon that occurs. Okay, the biggest problem that people usually struggle with at the beginning, because they're in demand constrained businesses. It's not supply constrained. Like, they can create the service, they can do the service, they can create the product. It's usually that they are constrained by the amount of demand that exists for said product. Because of that, the first problem that they truly learn how to solve is the lead generation problem. They learn how to generate leads, and then they fucking forget about everything else, because it's a gambler mentality. You get addicted. You've been working so hard for so long. The thing that actually gets your business going, lead generation. So you hyper fixate on that. I want you to truly go back in time and see when you fixed this problem. Some of you may not have fixed this problem, but for those of you that remember when exactly you fixed this problem, you remember it was probably the most revolutionary point in your business. But the thing is, you are halfway there. You are not all the way there. If you want to make the rest of the stretch, if you want to complete the home stretch, you have to understand delivery. Delivery is the most important thing after lead generation. Delivery is half the run. Just because you know how to generate leads doesn't mean you're in the game. It doesn't mean that you've understood compounding. It doesn't mean that your business has enough leverage. Delivery is what you need. And the way that you actually get delivery on point is with two things: customer retention. If your customers are staying, if your customers don't stop buying what you're selling, then you have mastered delivery. And that happens by actually being good. If you're lying about your services, if you're lying about what you've done before, if you're lying about your testimonials, you won't have this nailed. How are you going to retain your customers when you don't even know what they really want? And the second thing that is a byproduct of customer retention is referral generation. Now, there's certain tactics that you can use. I don't usually talk about tactics in this channel, because honestly, I feel like everybody's focused on tactics. Everybody's forgotten about fundamentals. But tactics and strategies, both of them, emerge from fundamentals. We need to talk more about fundamentals. You can ask for referrals at every point of your sales cycle. You can ask for it before the prospect has been sold, blah, 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 blah. Point is, referrals are a byproduct of customer retention. If you actually have good delivery, referrals will come. And I want to break a belief for you. Okay, before I said that this is 50% of the game and this is 50% of the game, I was lying to you. Okay, this right here Delivery is 100% of the game. And if you don't believe me, there's a very, very famous story of Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk actually spoke to Tai Lopez once. Again, here's my little drawing of Snapchat. Okay, Elon Musk was asking Tai Lopez. I don't even know how the two met, honestly. But Elon Musk was talking to Tai Lopez. He was like, Tai, should I run Snapchat ads for Tesla? And Tai Lopez was like, dude, I think you should absolutely, run Snapchat ads for, it's like one of the best things ever. Because Tai Lopez is a lead gen guy. He's a marketer. And you know what Elon said? Fuck off. No, he didn't literally say that. Elon Musk said, I don't think so. I think if the product is good enough, people will just buy. How did Facebook launch? The product was so good, people told their friends about it. And this is so simple. This is so against all the tactics and all the info world bullshit that you've been sold through courses. Like, oh, you should run this type of ad and you should make 50 creatives. And if you're not spending this much on ads, you're poor. Why don't we just do well when it comes to delivery? Where is that speech? But the thing is, nobody talks about this shit because this, number one, is boring. What have I told you? Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I've been repetitive this entire video. I've told you, do better, do better, do better, do better in 4 or 5 different ways. Just so that I can hammer this concept down so that you can actually get better. But the thing is, most of you guys are short-term minded. You guys are short-sighted. You guys are tunnel vision. You guys are sacrificing long-term revenue. An actual compounding vehicle that has a high enterprise value that you can actually exit out of. All those people, all of you guys that are trying to sell your companies that don't have this on point, good fucking luck, okay? Because if all you have is this, everybody knows how to do this. After a certain point in business, everybody knows how to do this. This is what the name of the game is. You do not have an enterprise value if you are focused on lead gen. You have enterprise value. You have a core value to your business that you can use as a valuation for an exit if you have a customer base that buys again and again and again and doesn't stop buying. And that's it. It's just that the secret is that there is no secret. It just has to be good. When it's good, people tell other people, and those people tell other people, and those people tell other people, and then you all of a sudden have this compounding vehicle that is word of mouth, which is the most powerful vehicle in all of business, is word of mouth referrals. But the thing is, what most entrepreneurs and business owners don't understand is that word of mouth is two-sided. It's a double-edged sword. Okay, you can use it in your favor or it can work against you. Most of you guys have negative word of mouth. Let me tell you an example. I had a landscaper for my house. Okay, this guy, I'm gonna try to draw a fucking boot with 2 wheels on it. I had a landscaper for my house. We're gonna draw some grass here so you're entertained. Watch time, ladies and gentlemen. I had a landscaper, okay? A neighbor asked me, okay, so I would go out. This landscaper used to cut my fucking pipes all the time. It cost me $2,000. Okay, I'm not even joking. It cost me $2,000 because he fucked up the sprinkler system. I went out of the country. Okay, I set up all these little things. I actually took time out of my fucking life, built this whole little intricate dripping system so that my plants would be watered. Yes, I know it sounds a little homosexual, but this is just how I am, all right? I like plants. This guy cut the fucking pipes. But the thing is, me as an individual, I did not have, I don't have the time, the resource. I just didn't want to change. It's too much of a hassle. So we had some new neighbors move in, okay? They asked me, they're like, oh, who's your landscaping guy? You know what I told them? Oh, don't go with my guy. Please do not go with my guy. My guy cuts my fucking pipes every time. That, ladies and gentlemen, is negative word of mouth. People can be buying from you. There's people that have bought from you, that have consumed your thing, that have paid you actual money, that are on your Stripe account, that still talk shit about you because you're just shit. You're terrible. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of having shit delivery. If you don't have good delivery, it's literally an inverse. It works against you. And then you think, oh man, these ads aren't working. What is it? Is it the messaging? Am I targeting the right people? No. People search you up. They search up your business name and then they search up Reddit and they see all the people that are saying, oh, I bought this guy's thing and he never refunded my money. He told me I was going to get XYZ LMNOP, but I never got it. Maybe if you just set clear expectations for them instead of selling them the fucking dream, instead of absolutely lying to them about what they're actually going to have to do, maybe they would have stuck. Maybe they wouldn't have commented there. And then maybe you wouldn't be thinking, why do these leads suck? Why are my prospects so unqualified? Why are people not booking? I think it's just a quarter. You know, it's Q4. People are getting lazy. But God forbid it's your fucking fault because you have a shit fucking product or a shit service. But fundamentally, it comes down to this, right? Businesses start with a promise, okay? Businesses fundamentally start with a promise. Anybody can make the promise. The secret is in how many promises you can keep. Okay, the people that make the fewest amount of promises, but that keep all their promises in business succeed in the long run. And if you actually want to fix your delivery, ask your people, ask the people that don't buy from you why they didn't buy. Pay them money. Yes, I know. Pay the people that didn't buy from you money. Ask them, have them get on a call, be like, hey, why didn't you buy it? And then they tell you about like all the 3 people that have already bought your thing, that have gotten absolutely no results, that are like, man, this shit fucking sucks. I don't want to ever buy this shit ever again. And I don't recommend you buy it either. And so you're complaining about your CAC. You're like, man, why is my cost of acquiring a customer so high, you know?
Oh, it's Mark Zuckerberg.
One eternity later.
And that's why if you look at all the largest companies in the world, all the big companies, why are they not doing those little tiny marketing hacks? Why aren't they copying like Russell Brunson's VSL or whoever the fuck you're trying to copy? Why don't they have to do that? Because they just have this. They have this mastered. They have this mastered. People are addicted to Netflix. I heard this saying, which goes, the biggest competition for entrepreneurship is Netflix. Think about that for a second. Their delivery is so on point. People consume their shit so much that basically they don't need to fucking have all this fancy VSL shit. They don't need to split test their headlines because their delivery is so fucking good. And I want you to think about that one burger. Maybe I'm just a fat dude, okay? But I know this one burger place. Unfortunately, it just shut down. It's called 5-Star Burger. It's in the ghetto. I swear to God, one time my business partner almost got stabbed because we used to go to this burger place. I swear to God, the burgers were so good, I would still go there. I would risk my life for that burger. Maybe that's why I'm a little fat. That's what mastering delivery is all about. If you just get this right, if your delivery is just A1, if you're just good, if you're the best, not just, oh, I'm the best, not some Grant Cardone shit where you just say it because it sounds good for your Instagram reels. If you're actually the fucking best, like Apple is, like Amazon is, like Google is, like Facebook, like if you're in a category of one, if nobody is actually like, people will pay you more, even if we're talking about the value equation, right? What is it? Time delay, right? Dream outcome, right? You have effort and sacrifice, and you have perceived likelihood of achievement, okay? You can get this wrong, okay? You can take twice as long as your other competitors, okay? You can promise half of what they're promising. And you can tell people, hey, listen, dude, you're gonna have to do all this shit. And people are still gonna buy from you because they know, they understand, like they've heard about you. Their friends have told you, man, no, he's the real fucking deal. He's legit. This burger is good. This sandwich is really good. Like Netflix is really addictive. Like when you've heard about it, there's no question. That, ladies and gentlemen, is brand. This is what Warren Buffett says. He says it again and again repeatedly. Warren Buffett says this is what brand is. Okay, I have 2 shirts right here. I have this shirt A, okay? That's actually one of my best drawings ever, okay? And you have shirt B. I don't think I can do it again. Let's see if I can. All right, that was okay. This one has a Nike logo on it, all right? You pay $5 for this one, you pay $10 for this, okay? That, ladies and gentlemen, that difference is brand. How can you get away with this? When you have associations. The best association to have is to have good fucking delivery and to have the association that you actually deliver on your promises. And I want to finish off with a quote from Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy says, "He who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins." But there's a double-edged sword to that. If you spend the most to acquire a customer, that means a customer needs to be worth a shitload to you. Do you know what Starbucks' LTV is? I'll have my editor put it up. This is Starbucks' LTV, okay? People just don't stop buying. Starbucks can spend whatever number is less than this to actually get a customer and they'll still be profitable. In truth, it's he who makes their customers the most valuable is he who wins. Advertising will always, yes, all those things are true. People do have goldfish memories. People are more skeptical. We are in a trust recession. Consumer to consumer trust is lowest at an all-time low. This is just science. It's just studies. But if you don't have delivery mastered, if you don't have that compounding vehicle in your business, you're absolutely screwed. You don't have a business. And that's why you keep switching your offers. That's why you keep switching your funnels, because you don't have this mastered. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like the content, like and subscribe. Check out some of the other videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.